This is an All Sports Station production.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Jets. And the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Jets offense ready for their first possession, and they are led by the 23-year-old from USC in his third year now, quarterback Sam Darnold.
Year 3 now of Sam Darnold being the starting quarterback with the New York Jets, and as you might expect, some ups and downs along the way. That's what happens with young quarterbacks. Last year, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, had to play through some sickness and injury. But the Jets really believe in this guy and showed it by upgrading their offensive line in order to get him more protection moving forward.
A first down throw, Darnold. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Darnold from the gun. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Rivers. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long.
Come on. Watch it.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams there to bring him down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the football going back here to the New York Jets. And for the Jets, this 2020 season not off to a good start. 0-2. Uninspiring loss, 31-13 against San Francisco this past week. And Sam Darnold, again, just having trouble moving that offense, Charles. Not all on his shoulders, though. He was missing Le'Veon Bell. Didn't have his top target in Jamison Crowder. But, you know, despite all that, the questions, Charles, are getting louder. Is this team on the right track? And after 2 weeks, it's hard to say yes.
I would agree with that. And the difficult part is they're working in some youngsters as well, and you know it takes a little time to get up to speed. Remember, they drafted big Mekhi Becton at tackle and trying to work him in and trying to make sure that that works. They brought in George Fant in free agency, so it takes a little time for cohesion on the offensive line. But bottom line is trying to win games, tough enough in this league, tougher still when you don't have your key guys out there. Now they go to Indianapolis next week, and Indy just won a huge game against Minnesota. They appear to be on the right track now, and then they come home for home dates against Denver and Arizona. They've got to find a win in there somewhere to get this team going.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Yeah, because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just one throw.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, it's Gore. And a short gain down to about the 33.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And his first carry, he loses the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he's going to find Hogan here, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Gore. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. Ficken's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Well, for the Indianapolis Colts, 2 weeks in, they were upset on the road at Jacksonville week 1, needing to bounce back, and they did in week 2 in a big way. Dominated the Vikings, got up 28-3, won it 28-11 to get to 500. And Phillip Rivers, his first win in a Colts uniform, Charles, after he had 123 of those in a Chargers uniform.
Yeah, and he thought his first win was going to come last week in Jacksonville, didn't he? We all did. All right, so that was a big clunker for them to start off. But like the true veteran he is, nice bounce back for him and his team. And, of course, they're going to run the football. Jonathan Taylor now elevated to the lead back position after the season-ending injury to Marlon Mack. 101 yards rushing and his first NFL touchdown. They get the Jets next week at home. Then they go to Chicago and go to Cleveland. I think this team is a contender in the AFC South.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. On the counter, it's Taylor. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Hines, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
It's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Good catch there by Jack Doyle. He went to the Pro Bowl in 2019, but now has a new quarterback in Phillip Rivers, and he wants to be the Antonio Gates that Phillip Rivers threw to with the Chargers.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ready, flag 15! Set the tone, defense.
Here's Hines. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Grabbed there by Zach Pascal, and he's one of those guys that often people forget are even on the roster, but when you look up at the end of the game, he's produced over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2019.
Check 390, 380, 54. Watch the slant. Wow, he hot. Get hot.
Operating from the gun, Rivers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and goal from the 1.
Check back, check back. Hey, one set, check right, 50, hot.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
Nice pass rush there by Justin Houston, culminating in a sack. And the move to Indianapolis in 2019, absolutely rejuvenating. Plus, he changed positions from outside linebacker to defensive end and had his first double-digit sack season since 2014.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Back to throw, Darnold. And able to connect with Berrios. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Quarterbacks have so many options when they have a 4 vertical route because they can hit any one of those 4 at any time, often for a big gain. But to me, the key is don't lock in on any one of them. It's best for him to look in one direction and throw in another.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Gore. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They begin the drive with Hines. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right here. Behind.
Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Reception there by T.Y. Hilton, and he absolutely terrifies defenses when he gets downfield. Speed, shiftiness, excellent hands. 5 1,000-yard seasons in his career.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a give to Taylor. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Check 53 is mine. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines, and he's taken down inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Black 15.
They run with Hines. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Rivers on the money, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Good catch there by Nyheim Hines, and I think that he's probably popped on some Phillip Rivers tape and how he used Austin Eckler out of the backfield with the Chargers as a model for what he wants to do this season. He's had at least 40 catches in each of the last 2 years. He probably expects that number to rise.
Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rivers. This to Hines on the drop-off. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And that is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
They'll start on the ground with Gore. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Run there by Frank Gore, and he has to be one of the most admired players in the NFL. Started the 2020 season, number 3 all-time on the rushing list, less than 1,400 yards shy of Walter Payton as the season kicked off. Spent a year with Coach Adam Gase in Miami. Now he's hooked back up with him again with the New York Jets.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, Charles, glancing back to week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, right? Those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Oh, Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants losing the face of their team in Saquon Barkley? Looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that 3-week IR rather than the longer spell.
It certainly is, and when you can have guys who can return faster for you, and you know that really helps the team out in a big way. Unfortunately for the Colts, former first-round pick and starting safety for them, Malik Hooker, the IR won't apply. He's gone for the season with a torn Achilles.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. Second quarter here, he has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Henry Anderson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And just shutting him off there. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. A screen to Bell. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Darnold now to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This will make it into the end zone, and no thought of a return here for Hines. Phillip Rivers, he is the focal point of our players' spotlight now. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. Rivers on first down. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A first down throw here for Rivers. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Six yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Handed inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Working with a 2nd and 4. From the gun, Rivers. Left side, Doyle with it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Jack Doyle, the Pro Bowl tight end, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To the air again here, Rivers. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st down, Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Blankenship out for the point after. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there. And now it's 2nd down.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to Week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. 2 quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams and of course, Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
That's complete. It's Bell. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now Adam Gase has put a pair of fingers up in the air. His offense is going to go for 2. Again, Darnold. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
Right there, 54.
Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They run again with Hines. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Draw play. This is Hines. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
From the 25 on second down, Rivers. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Taylor. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal.
This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
Blankenship's kick is good.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try the left side. Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
We got 3. We got 3. We got 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. New York ready to go again offensively. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Caught here by Bell. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Indy set to go on offense once more. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll throw from the gun.
Throws this one right side to Pascal.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down.
That's pulled in by the rookie from USC, Michael Pittman.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, it's Rivers, and this is going to be incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
On 3rd down, it's Hines, and he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers, middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Taylor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Colts on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The offense for the Jets ready to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Darnold now to throw. Drops it underneath to Gore. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hines.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll give this to Bell. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah. And Darnold, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw. Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A first down throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Darnold from the gun. This one caught by Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On first down, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Catch there by Jamison Crowder, 78 catches, 833 yards, and 6 touchdowns in 2019. Operates very well out of the slot, one of the niftier receivers in the league.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Carry there by Le'Veon Bell, and he's just trying to get back to the form he exhibited in Pittsburgh when he was one of the top backs in the NFL. In 2019, though, no games over 100 yards rushing and only 3 games with 20 or more carries. The more he touches it, the more effective he is.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Darnold on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The wideout, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Gore on the toss right. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, They've got to pay it off with some points.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a two-point conversion. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Rivers hands this one to Mack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So that one will be accepted. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One last throw now for Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.